What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. From having to support the film to filming under difficult circumstances and even filming 2 movies at once, here are strict rules of After Ever Happy cast you must know. An intimacy coordinator. There are many differences between After We Collided and the last film of the popular Wattpad franchise, After Ever Happy. One of those differences is that the second film had no need for an intimacy coordinator, but the creators decided to hire a person who will help Hardin and Tessa in those steamy scenes in order for these scenes to look more reliable. The 4th installment will also use the help of this person, and according to the cast, filming with a person whose job is to make those scenes look real makes their time on set easier and more enjoyable. I think the fact that we had an intimacy coordinator this year, it's just like, it makes you realize, why didn't we have one before? Here, fiennes-tiffin, the actor who plays Hardin in the franchise, told Cosmopolitan, "Ever since 2018, this trend has been going viral in the film industry. Every TV show nowadays hires an intimacy coordinator. The cast of After has to listen to this person when it comes to steamy scenes. And as previously mentioned, this wasn't the case with the first 2 movies, with the cast being allowed much more improvisation when filming After and After We Collided. Which steamy scenes do you like better? Those from After or those from the 3rd installment? Honestly, we think those from After look way more realistic." Film under different circumstances. One of the most anticipated scenes in the 3rd installment was the one where our favorite couple is in a hot tub. Since this is a hot tub we're talking about, you would expect it to be like, well, hot. Turns out the hot tub scene wasn't that hot. In fact, the actors had to film this scene under some really cold circumstances. There's one scene in a hot tub that was minus temperatures. It was freezing outside, literally, Hero told Cosmopolitan, adding that this scene even required a doctor on set. Ignore fans and continue acting. Sometimes we underestimate actors and their job. The truth is, they go through a really challenging process of getting into the role and giving the best performance they could possibly give. There's one strict rule that applies to the cast of After when it comes to acting. Josephine, Langford, and Hero fiennes-tiffin need to ignore everything that goes around the set and simply continue acting. For instance, there was one time when some really dedicated fans managed to find the set during filming. As Josephine explained to Cosmopolitan, they were on a college campus, and because it was a college campus and somehow people found it, by the end of the day I think it was more fans than we've ever seen on a set or at a hotel or anything. Before we continue, we want to satisfy your curiosity regarding the final film's release date. After Ever Happy will premiere earlier than expected on August 24, 2022. We can't help but mention how sad we are because of this trend of canceling TV shows and seeing the last installments of our favorite films. The After franchise will end this year. Riverdale and Legacies have been canceled. We doubt we'll see another installment of The Kissing Booth, and the list goes on and on. Which of these projects do you think deserves a continuation? Let us know before we continue with more strict rules. Film 2 movies at the same time. Just like The Kissing Booth 2 and 3, the cast of After needed to film 2 movies at once. Filming for the 4th film is all wrapped up, with the cast shooting both last installments at the same time. This isn't easy as most people think it is because focusing on 2 projects at once can be a bit confusing. Before we continue, make sure you smash that like button if you haven't done it already. Support the film. You already know that this franchise is one of the most popular franchises released in the last few years. Coming straight from the Wattpad platform, the story managed to get billions of reads. This doesn't mean that Anna Todd, the writer of the story, hasn't faced controversies and accusations. From romanticizing a relationship as toxic to the unhealthy portrayal of a double standard, and even making the really bad boy a main and lovable character, these are some of the themes themes that some viewers find problematic and damaging to younger audiences. Once these accusations started circulating over the internet, the actors decided to address them and, well, support the story of their film. Hero fiennes-tiffin decided to speak about these themes in an interview with EW, and according to him, the films are not a rulebook for people to follow and take into their lives. He also believes that the films are not toxic in any way because throughout the franchise, fans can see two people that are constantly trying to get better. Honestly, we agree with Tiffin because after all, there are plenty of films that have some unhealthy elements, and so far, no one has accused Quentin Tarantino of making such violent movies. Quite the opposite. He's one of the most praised directors in Hollywood. Anyway, our point is that one can learn from the toxic relationship between Hardin and Tessa. Don't you guys agree? Hero also said that the films use a super complex topic, adding that that's what is so interesting about it. Ultimately, you want to find out if they can make it work, and if they do, how they do, and if they don't, why it didn't work. Permission before posting on social media. Yes, that's right. I mean, this is an obvious rule simply because of the risk of sharing spoilers. When the cast needs to promote the film, they are told what to and what not to share on their social media accounts in order for them not to accidentally share some spoilers. Although companies such as Disney are way more into this rule, Josephine and Hero need to be careful when doing interviews, and in some cases, they even get prepared as to what kind of answers to give. This rule is not so shocking as the one you're about to hear. Told what to wear. Yes, this might seem like a foolish rule, but it's true. When you're seeing Hero and Josephine in the films, all of their clothes were chosen by the people working in the costume department. We've previously mentioned Disney, and you'll be surprised to know that apparently the company also controls what its stars will wear in interviews and during promotion of films. They are even told what to wear on the red carpet. Quickly adjust to new life. Becoming famous is perhaps one of the most desired things in the world. People often dream about the entire world getting to know their name. Actors do the same thing. They try to build a solid Hollywood career and get praised by the world. But once they get famous, all they want is their privacy back. I'm telling you, we should all be happy thanks to the fact that we can go outside and enjoy the day without plenty of paparazzi taking photos of us. Anyway, Anna Todd's novel became a big hit and got a film adaptation with two perfect leads who weren't really famous. Back at the time when the cast was preparing to shoot the first installment, Todd warned Hero about how big his role is, but Hero didn't believe her. Once the first installment premiered, he couldn't believe it. He told W Magazine that it has been overwhelming, adding that back then he was like, yeah, sure, it can't be that bad. But the reality exceeded his expectations. To be honest, it's overwhelming and takes some time to get used to. We hope we'll see him and Joe in more projects in the future. Even though we've mentioned that we're sad that After is ending this year, you have nothing to worry about because a prequel and a sequel are in development. The projects are expected to premiere sometime in about 2 years.
Hardin is Christian's son.
On a related note, what are your hopes for the final installment? Which of these rules do you guys think is the craziest? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching!